Hi guys, my name is Brad Cusworth and I just want to welcome you to the very first video of my 7-part series. Now by the end of these videos you will have learned how to create your very own website for less than $10 a month. Now the most common question I get asked is how do I create a website? So I thought why not spend a little bit of time and record these video tutorials and guide you through the process step by step. Guys, you don't need to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars to get a website set up. As long as you can access the internet, you can send an email, you can copy and paste, then you can set up your very own website in a very short amount of time, which I'll show you over these next 7 videos. Now by the end of the 7 video series, you'll have your own website set up for less than $10 per month. And if you choose to integrate step 7, which is a fully automated autoresponder series, then it will cost you less than $30 per month in total to keep that website operational. So it's well worth taking the time to go through these videos, take lots of notes as you're going through, pause the video, implement the strategies that I'm teaching, and within a few hours you can have your website up and running. So in the very first video, the first step is to register your own domain name. But before we do that, we want to do a little bit of research to make sure we're getting some good keywords in our domain name. Now this will help with search engine optimization at a later stage, so it's best to do your research first, and that way you get a really good domain name that will serve you in the future. So first of all, I'm going to show you a pretty cool free keyword research tool on Google. The next step will be how to search for available domains. So you'll see below this video there's a link. Now if you click on this link you'll actually receive 10% off the domain name when you register. And I'm going to show you how to search for them and see if they're available. And also the best ones to choose from. So I'm going to go through domain purchasing options, and I've got a note there, don't get sucked in. A lot of these hosting accounts, they try to upsell you to everything. You go in wanting a $10 domain and you end up with a house. So guys, don't get sucked in with that. Just get the absolute basics. That's all you need to get started. And I've got down the bottom, register for just $10 per year. So I know some people are paying hundreds of dollars for a domain name. Guys, $10 a year, don't pay any more than that. Okay, so let's get into it. So I've just opened up a Google browser and I'm going to show you the keyword tool where you can just do a little bit of research. Don't freak out, this will only take a couple of minutes, but it's really valuable to make sure you're getting some keywords and also to give you some ideas about domain names. These days there are literally millions and millions, if not billions, of domain names out there, so it can be a little bit of a challenge finding a domain to suit what you're looking for. So by using this keyword tool, it will give you lots of different ideas, and you know they're getting a certain amount of search volume on those keywords. So if you type in Google keyword tool in the Google browser and hit enter, you'll see at the top of the list is the Google AdWords keyword tool. So this is a free tool and you can use this later on for your keyword research as well with the actual articles that you write. But that's a topic for another video series. So I'll click on the heading here and you'll see the keyword tool comes up. So what you need to do in this box up here where it says enter one keyword or phrase per line, just write the subject or the topic that your website is going to be about. So I'm just going to use an example of art and craft. So if I was going to write articles about art and craft and provide art and craft supplies, then I just type in art and craft in that search box, and you just got to put in this code down the bottom as well and click get keyword ideas, and you'll see a whole list of keyword ideas come up. Now there's a whole lot of different categories here. I'm not going to go into all of them at this stage, but what you need to do is click on local search volume, and this will actually rank the search terms in terms of the amount of traffic that they get. So you'll see obviously up the top of the list is art and craft. Then we've got art and crafts, crafts and arts, and it goes down the list there. Now you'll really struggle to get these top domains obviously because people will have already registered them. But as you start to scroll down, you'll start to get some different ideas. For example, you could do artandcraftforkids.com or artandcraftsupplies.com, artandcraftactivities.com. So you get the idea and you can keep scrolling down the list until you find one that is available. So guys, this is a really simple way to find keyword search terms that are getting a little bit of traffic, and it gives you a lot of different ideas based on your niche or your target market. to spend a couple of minutes here, get some ideas, jot them all down, and then now I'm going to show you how to actually register that domain name and firstly check to see if these domains are available. So what I recommend you do is to minimize your screen so that you've got it for later reference, because as we go to the next step, we'll be trying a variety of different domain names. If you're really struggling and you can't find one that's there, you can come back to this screen and do some more keyword research. So the next step is to just go below the video that's on your screen that you're watching, and you'll see a link for registered domain name. So click that link and then it'll open up a screen. Now going through that link you'll get a 10% discount on the domain purchase, and you'll come up with a screen just like this one. Okay, so this is where we're going to register our domain name. So the very first step is to create a new account. So you'll see the little link up here saying create account. And the next step is to enter all of your contact information. So first name, last name, you'll see there's asterisks next to all the required fields. So you go through, fill all the details out, and then at the bottom, stay informed. You'll see it'll ask you if you want to receive email on all these different things. Personally, I recommend saying no to all of them. I don't know about you, but I get bombarded by thousands and thousands of emails as it is, so I don't want a whole bunch from this organization as well. So you can scroll down the bottom, select what you do or don't want, and then right at the bottom, create a new account. Okay, so after you've created your account, it'll come to this screen. So you'll see your name at the top, it's got your new customer number here, and your PIN. So it's a good idea to write down your customer number and also the password that you just created and your username. And once you've created all that, the next step is to click on Home. Okay, and this is where we can start the domain search. So with the list that you just created using the keyword research tool, you simply type in the domain that you would like here. Now when I decided to create this product, my first preference for the domain name was freewebsitetutorials.com. Now when I type this in, I'll show you what happened. So type in the domain I want. Now at the end you'll see it's got .com, and you can choose from a whole range of different selections here. If you can, guys, try to get .com. .com is recognized worldwide as the #1 preference for domain names. If not, then maybe go for info, but definitely .com is a better choice. So you just keep that on .com and you click go. Okay, and as I suspected, freewebsitetutorials.com is already taken. Now it gives you quite a bit of information here which helps you narrow your search for a good domain. You'll see down here freewebsitetutorials.info is actually available, which is not a bad domain. freewebsitetutorials.net is also available, and then I can scroll through the list here. You'll see on the side it also says we also recommend, and this is a whole range of different options that you can also look at doing. So the free website tutorials, free website tutorials site, and it gives you a lot of different options there. So this is a great way to give you some ideas for different domain names as well. So what I'm going to do is try a different one. So this time free-website-tutorial.com. So freewebsitetutorial.com. I don't mind the dashes. Some people say don't use dashes, but really I don't mind. I think it makes it look a bit better because it separates the words, and as long as you're not using more than 2 dashes, I think it is a good way to get some domains with good keywords that you otherwise wouldn't get. So this time I'm going to search, and look at that, freewebsitetutorial.com is available. So I'm really happy with that domain. Obviously there'll be a lot of search traffic on Google and other search engines for free website tutorial, and with the amount of requests that I get for these free website tutorials, I'm sure I'll get quite a bit of traffic from that. Now what I need to do is simply go to the right and add it to my cart. Now if I scroll down here, you'll see this is where they try to sell me everything. There's upsells and cross sells and downsells and all sorts of things. But if you follow the links that I'm going to show you, you'll be able to bypass all of this, and you'll walk away with just $10 on your credit card rather than hundreds of dollars, which one of my friends got caught out with a few months ago. So if you click on continue to registration, And once again, stop, don't miss your chance to save 62%, blah blah blah. No thanks. Now the next screen is to customize, and once again they'll try to upsell you to everything. So registration length, the default is 5 years. So this is where some people get caught, they end up paying for 5 years at once. If you're really certain that this website is going to take off and you want to keep it 5 years, then register 5 years, but why not just do it 1 year at a time and then see how it goes. The amount of domains that I've registered and haven't actually done something with is quite amazing. So I definitely recommend just selecting 1 year. Now if you choose to, you can certify your domain for, I think it's $3 a year. I've never done that, never really worried about it, so I just keep it on uncertified, and then we click continue. Once again you get a range of different options, standard, deluxe and protected. You can have a read of that. If privacy is an issue for you and you really want to protect your domain, you can have a read through these different options. I'm just happy with the standard, and I'll click continue. And then they'll try to sell you some emails. So if you do want an email address with your new domain at the end of it, then go ahead and choose 5 email addresses. It's $2 a month. You can look at the different options there. It also asks you about add website and hosting. Skip all that because I'm going to show you a better option for hosting, and we just say checkout at the bottom. Okay guys, we finally made it through all that upselling and downselling process. At the end of it, you should have a subtotal of $9.80 down here, because obviously you get 10% off for going through the link that I provided for you. So it's a $1.07 saving. Usually it's $10.87. So if you haven't got $9.80 here, then obviously you've been sucked into a few things along the way, or you may have chosen to add some of those extras, and that's cool guys, that's fine. But just don't, if you end up with a couple of $100 here and you just wanted a simple domain name, then you might want to go back and check those steps, because the amount of people that buy things that really aren't necessary is quite amazing. So once you've checked all your details here, you can scroll down and this is where you pay. So you can pay by credit card, PayPal, whatever you choose. So I'm going to pay by PayPal, and I've read the terms and I've read the registration. I haven't really, but that's all cool, and continue with checkout. The next step is to enter your billing information. Just double check you've got all that right. Final step, confirm your order account. So just check you've got all your details here. It should be $9.80. $9.80 is paid once a year, and that's all you need for your domain. So place your order. And that's the final step. So you can view a printable receipt if you're doing this for tax. And you've got your customer number there and your order number if you want to jot those down too. Okay guys, so that's the end of the first video. You've got your domain registered, and next time you come to this website you'll need to enter your customer number, which is the one here, and your password. So just make sure you remember those, and that way you'll be able to gain access. The next video we're going to register your hosting account, and then we're going to link up the two, which is where a lot of people have difficulty actually linking your domain with your new server. So it's really a simple process, and I'll see you in the next video.